Hello, I'm Clark Crawford, and welcome back to the latest edition of Clark Crawford Sports. Interesting tidbit I want to share before I get into an Astros versus Guardians series recap, along with the Astros versus Mariners matchup beginning tonight series preview. Interesting tidbit I want to share is the Astros are looking to become the first team since the 1914 Boston Braves to begin the season 7-19 and make the playoffs. Astros took 2 out of 3 games in the series against the Guardians, which will improve the Astros record to 11-20 on the season, 6-10 at home, with the Guardians record dropping to 20-11, 12-7 on the road. Tuesday night's battle between the Astros and Guardians ended in extra innings with the Astros winning 10-9. Won the game on a pinch hit, 2-run homer by backup catcher Victor Caratini. He was pinch hitting for Jake Myers. The Guardians took the lead in the top of the 10th against Astros closer Josh Hader on an unearned run because of the stupid extra innings rule where you get a free runner on second base. That's not baseball. But if you want to talk about that more, you can comment down below. You can comment down below on my video or hit me up on Twitter, Clark Crawford Sports, and I'll tell you about how dumb the extra innings rule is because it's not baseball. Rob Manfred is a clown. Anyways, the Astros won Tuesday night's battle 10-9 on Victor Caratini's walk-off homer. Brown started the game, went 5 1/3 innings, giving up 6 runs. He had a rough first inning where he gave up a 3-run homer to Josh Naylor and a rough 5th inning where he gave up 3 more earned runs. He had a great 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings, but he gets snake bit yet again because of big innings. So Hunter Brown, he needs to figure it out. He's now got a 9.78 ERA on the year as he still has not earned a victory in 2024. Now, closer Josh Hader, for the first time in 2024 and the first time in a couple of years, as a matter of fact, went 2 innings, giving up 1 hit, and it's the first time he's gone 2 innings in a couple of years, as he struck out 4 and walked 1, picking up his first win of the season. So great to see Josh Hader go 2 innings, as he made it a point of emphasis he wants to go a couple of innings every now and then to just give himself and the Astros more flexibility this season, as he's more than capable of going a couple innings, but you don't want to pitch your closer too many times a couple innings, but it would be a nice extra addition and weapon to have at the back end of the bullpen, knowing that Josh Hader isn't always just going to be a 1-inning guy. Game 2 of the series also ended in 10 innings like game 1, this one on Wednesday night, where the Guardians won 3-2. The Astros had numerous chances to win the game, most notably in the bottom of the 8th inning where they had a runner on 3rd and 1 out. Alex Bregman, as I'm calling him right now, Mr. Pop-Up. Well, he pops up for the 2nd out of the inning. And then, of course, Jordan Alvarez doesn't get the job done as well. And the Guardians win 3-2 in 10 innings. The Guardians went and stole the game from Houston, as it would have been a nice win to, after the series, improve their record to 12-19 instead of 11-20. It would have been a great win because, well, the Astros need plenty of those just to get back to 500. As I said, they blew numerous chances in this game, as Victor Caratini's base running blunder, I have no idea what he was doing on that little blooper in the left center by Dubon, which was caught by Stephen Kwan, and then Caratini gets doubled off, who was standing on home plate to end the game. So a bad base running blunder, as the Astros have had plenty of those to speak of so far this season. Now, the series finale and the rubber match of the series, Houston took the game last night on Thursday, 8-2, as I said, improving the record to 11-20. They were led by John Singleton's big 2-run homer. It was a skyscraper as he hit that ball high in the air, and it reached about the 2nd row in right field, just over the right fielder's glove. As it was a 2-run homer, which John Singleton had 3 RBIs on the night. With his 2nd home run of the year, he led the charge offensively. And, of course, Jose Altuve, 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored himself. But John Singleton was the offensive hero of the game. And Spencer Arrighetti, best start of his young major league career, 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and 6 strikeouts. They have now won 4 out of their last 5, and it's progress, and things seem to be going in the right direction, but we'll see coming up if they can take down the Seattle Mariners, division rival, as you don't play nearly as many division games. So this is a pivotal matchup coming up this weekend, starting Friday night, which is tonight. Now, the next thing I want to get into before your Astros versus Seattle Mariners series preview is the AL West standings. As you see here, the Seattle Mariners lead the AL West at 17-14. The Texas Rangers are 17-15, half game back. The Oakland A's, the much improved Oakland A's, are 15-17, 2.5 back. The Astros are 11-20, now tied in the cellar of the AL West with the Los Angeles Angels, who are also 11-20, 6 games back. So some progress has been made. Now you've caught the Los Angeles Angels, who most notably lost Mike Trout for a few months as he has yet another injury. I mean, Mike Trout is probably still going to be a Hall of Famer. He was closing in this season on 400 career homers, but that's going to derail his season. And of course, the Angels weren't predicted to be very good anyways. But nonetheless, Mike Trout is out, and the Angels are plummeting as we all expected. But I think most of us expected the Oakland A's were going to be in the cellar of the AL West yet again. But if things continue to go the way they are, the Angels could possibly be in the cellar of the AL West this season. Now, for your Astros versus Mariners series preview, it starts tonight, Friday night, with the pitching matchup. George Kirby, right-handed pitcher, 3-2 with the 4.18 ERA against Astros right-hander Ronel Blanco, Mr. No-hitter earlier this season. He's 3-0 with the 1.65 ERA. So a tough pitching matchup on Friday night as the game gets underway here in a few hours. Its runs are going to be at a premium in this series. So probably the first to 4, maybe 5 runs tops is likely going to win every night. I don't expect it to be offensive shootouts. It's going to be hard to score in this series. Seattle has a top 5 pitching staff in the league so far this year, at least for their starters wise. 2 of this series on Saturday night will feature right-handed pitcher Logan Gilbert, 2-0 with the 2.03 ERA against Astros southpaw Framber Valdez. He's 1-0 with the 2.60 ERA. Another outstanding pitching matchup in this series, as I believe Friday and Saturday's games could be pretty low scoring because, well, both teams are pitching 2 of their better pitchers this season so far, even though Framber Valdez hasn't pitched too much, but he's still one of the Astros' better starting pitchers. There's no secret about it. Monday's afternoon game will feature, and possibly the rubber match of the series, will feature Bryce Miller, right-handed pitcher, 3-2 with the 2.04 ERA. I mean, dang, if I were Bryce Miller, I'd be pretty upset I'm 3-2 because a 2.04 ERA to be 3-2 is pretty noteworthy. Seattle's not scoring runs for Bryce Miller, and hopefully for my Astros, that continues, and the Astros can take him down as he already has 2 losses, and let's give him his 3rd loss of the season. Now, countering that, the Astros, to counter Bryce Miller, the Astros will likely send out Hunter Brown, who is 0-4 with a 9.78 ERA. He's not had a good start to the year, but he's been better at home, so that's the positive side. At least he's pitching at home in this series, and we'll see what happens from there. Another note for the Astros side of things, Christian Javier was just announced a little while ago. He will make a rehab start tomorrow for Corpus Christi. So good news on the horizon. Christian Javier, he's expected to throw maybe up to 70 pitches, so hopefully after this rehab start, maybe by the end of next week or early the week after, they can get him inserted back into the rotation. As things are shaken out, it seems likely the Astros, who will have 29 games in 30 days beginning on May 7th, which is only a few days from now, they will go to a 6-man rotation. So not removing Spencer Arrighetti or Hunter Brown, just sliding Christian Javier somewhere in the middle or in the back end of that rotation for some more pitching flexibility, because the Astros could sure use it. Things have started to turn a corner a little bit, but there's still a lot of work to be done this season. Now, on the offensive side of things, let's talk about a little bit about the offensive numbers and not just focus on the pitching. Now, we all know on the Seattle side of things, they have their young superstar, Julio Rodriguez, off to a 270 batting average start with 1 homer, 11 RBIs, and a 638 OPS. Julio is off to a little bit of a shaky start this year, but obviously he's more than capable of having a hot stretch against the Astros as he's had in the past and turning things around pretty quickly. For the Seattle side of things, Cal Raleigh, their catcher slash DH, leads them in home runs with 6. He also has 13 RBIs. And Mitch Haniger is their leading RBI guy so far in the year with 18. So, as I've said, Seattle's offense has had their fair share of struggles. And we'll see if, hopefully not for my Astros sake of things, hopefully their bats stay cold for this weekend, because it'd be sure as heck nice to sweep them and really start to get on a roll here, because this team's more than capable of running off 10 in a row. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but they're definitely capable of it. Now, for the Astros offensive side of things, Kyle Tucker hit his 8th home run on Wednesday night to lead the club. He's also hitting 291, and he's also the RBI leader with 21, with Jose Altuve leading in batting average, 352. He has a 4 and he also has a 415 on base percentage. Another thing I want to note is Yordan Alvarez is in an 0 for 17 stretch as his batting average has started to plummet. The Astros need Yordan Alvarez to pick things up coming up, hopefully beginning tonight, or if he doesn't pick things up soon, probably right before this long stretch of days, maybe by Sunday, give him a day off, or give him a day off Sunday, and maybe once or twice on this stretch of 29 games in 30 days. That's a brutal stretch, but that's baseball. You play 162 games in about 180-ish days. So that's what you live with. It's a long grind of a season, and things happen. You go through slumps. But if the Astros are going to go anywhere or continue to win games, they're going to need Yordan Alvarez's bat to pick things up rather quickly. Last thing I want to get to is the Astros lineup for tonight, which is as follows. Off at second base is Jose Altuve. Right fielder number 30, Kyle Tucker, will hit second. DH is Yordan Alvarez. Here's the most notable change is Alex Bregman has dropped from second to fourth. I know everyone's been clamoring you need to move Bregman down to 7th, 5th, 6th, whatever it is, but he's been moved down to 4th, at least for now. Bregman's probably going to hit in the top 4 for most of the year. I think it would take a lot more struggles for him to be moved down even further. That's just how it is. Bregman, for most of his time here, is sitting in the top 4 in the lineup. And for the most part, I think he's earned that right. But for right now, tonight, we can get into it later on. Comment, hit me up on social media on Twitter at Clark Crawford Sports if you want to discuss it further, or comment down below in my video as well, and we can talk about it. But Alex Bregman, he's hitting 4th tonight, and we're not going to be able to change it no matter how much y'all complain on Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is on social media. He's hitting 4th. He's been dropped a little bit. Hopefully he can start seeing the ball better and hitting well. Along with Yordan Alvarez, 0 for 17 lately. He's not seeing the ball well either. So the Astros need those 2 bats to pick it up to really start to get things going offensively. Now back to the lineup. Jeremy Pena hitting 5th, playing shortstop. Yainer Diaz catching tonight, hitting 6th. John Singleton, Mr. Home Run. The last week or so, he's hit a couple of homers. He's got 2 on the year, hitting 7th at first base. Joey Loperfido, the rookie. Maybe we'll see his first home run in this series. It'd be nice. He's had a couple of hits so far, hitting 8th and playing left field. And Justin Verlander's personal center fielder, Mauricio Dubon, is in center field batting 9th. So a little bit of a lineup change. Dubon in center, Loperfido in left. The Astros are looking to get things back on track offensively, and just in general, they've got to hit better if they really want to start and get on a long win streak. So I got into an Astros versus Guardians series recap. And I also gave you the lineup for tonight and an Astros versus Mariners series preview. That's going to do it for the latest edition of Clark Crawford Sports. Like my video, comment, subscribe, give me more subscribers. I'm going to keep pushing out content. I know you Astros fans will love my content if you give it a chance. And also, when football comes around, I'm going to have plenty of football talk. But right now, we're talking baseball, specifically Astros baseball. And that's going to do it for the latest edition of Clark Crawford Sports. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And I'll see all of you in the next edition of Clark Crawford Sports here very soon.